Hello everyone, God bless, it's Jake here. Today we're going to be talking about the flat earth theory. Is the world a globe or is the world, flat? Um, and I want to talk about this first thing first and we'll talk about some different things. But the first thing that I want to show is that the Bible talks about the world having four corners, right? It says a phrase that appears, especially in the King James Version, is a phrase called the four corners of the earth. Okay? And this is one of the reasons why a lot of people think that the world is a rectangle or it is a square because it talks about four corners of the earth. So I want to quickly show you something and debunk this very quickly, and then I want to show you something else. Now, this is going to be the most simplest debunk that you've ever heard in your life. I can't believe more people haven't seen this in the Bible before, but I'm very, very, very happy that God showed me this. I hope this will help somebody. If you have a King James Bible, turn to your King James Bible, chapter 1, very first chapter of the Bible. This is so important. Verse 10. It says, "And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters he called seas, and God saw that it was good." That right there is the key verse. God called the dry land earth. So the vast majority of the time when we see the word earth, in the King James Version, it's a reference to the dry land. So when we see the phrase four corners of the earth, we're talking about the four corners of the land. Not the entire planet, but the land. Okay, so here is a world map of everything, and my camera's not the best here, but hopefully you can see that at least in a decent way. So basically, this is what we got. Now, one thing that we should already think about when we're trying to think about whether the world is a globe or whether the world is like a flat land is the water. Okay, so the ocean can't possibly have corners, right? I mean, a lot of people want you to think this is what the world looks like. You got four corners with the ocean. An ocean can't have a corner. So obviously, when the Bible talks about four corners, it's talking about the land, because everybody who lives on the earth lives within these four corners. So what are the four corners? The four corners would be, try to get up here where I can see what I'm doing. Okay, so the four corners would be one in North America, one down here in South America, Australia, and then one here in Asia. Everybody lives within those four corners. Because you can't live in Antarctica because it's too cold. So everybody lives within those four corners of the land. And that's what the Bible's talking about. When it says Satan gathers people from the four corners of the earth, it's talking about from Australia, from Asia, to North America, to South America, the four corners. It's not saying that the planet like that we live on has corners. It's talking about the corners of the land. Because if you was to, sorry, I accidentally X that off. Hold on. Okay, so basically, if you wanted to know for absolute sure if the world is a globe, let's say that you was in North America right here. That's where I'm at. All right, and you wanted to know if the world was round, or if you wanted to know that it was a globe. All right, if you fly this way and you end up over here, then that confirms that the world is spherical. It also would confirm that the world is like a globe. All right, if you can fly this way and end up over here, because if the world is rectangle with corners, then you would go flying off through here, and there would not be no way you could fly this way and in here. So I feel like with all the technology we have with airplanes, I literally see airplanes and helicopters flying over my house almost every day. I'm pretty sure by now people would have put the pieces together that the world is not really round. I just think there's too much evidence at this point I'm not saying that I believe every single thing that science tells us, but I do believe there is enough evidence on all sides of the argument to argue that the world is a globe. All right. I believe that the four corners of the earth is the land, and that makes sense because I mean, why would Satan be gathering people out of the ocean, like the four corners of the ocean, right? No, I mean he's gathering people from the four corners of the land. And that's why it says that God called the dry land earth. See, people getting four corners of the earth from the King James Version, where remember the King James Version refers to land, dry land, as earth. So it's just important to recognize that. Maybe you got something out of this video. God bless you.